Hi everyone, it's Paula O'Sullivan here, based in Pleasanton, County Wicklow in Ireland. Just want to share my great news. I've just got my book in the post. I'm delighted. I wasn't expecting it till next week. Same shit, different day. Breaking the patterns that make us miserable. And it's a metaphysical approach to well-being. I've released it on Amazon earlier on this week, so I now have it actually in copy form as well, and be able to sell a few locally. Texaco Garage in Pleasanton on the N81 have agreed to sell a few copies on the counter today. So this is great news. Just want to read a little bit about it for anyone who's interested. It's a follow-on from my first book, which was Different Perspectives for a Different World, Essays for Life. And I had told the story of how in 2009, I had an MS lupus type illness that I somehow thought I had created myself due to all the stress I'd been under at the time. And then I had shared a few little stories that I had written based around it, but I never really went into too much depth about how I actually got over those different things and how I actually started to build my self-esteem and overcame fears and the tendency to be depressed and anxious and all that kind of thing. I didn't go into not too much detail in that book, just a little bit. So this book is more in-depth about that kind of thing. So just to read a little bit of what I've written on the back of it, and then maybe just to go through some of the contents, what's actually in this book. Why does everyone seem so fucking miserable? Why are so many people depressed, suicidal, or addicted? Does your life resemble a revolving door of same shit but just a different day? Have you ever wondered why this is? Now maybe you're just surrounded by assholes. Or maybe you're a magnet for narcissists. Or maybe you believed what they told you about fluoridated water and drank loads of it. Or maybe you had a shitty childhood. But are you stuck with all of that? What the fuck can you do about it? In this book, I share the many things that create patterns in our lives, that keep us in misery. And I also share how to break those patterns, so that you can be your most empowered, glorious, magnificent, beautiful self. If I could do it, then so can you. So what have I got in this book? All sorts of stuff. I talk about our thoughts and that there are different ways of thinking, and that if you change the way you think about things, you can actually change the way you feel about things. I have a visualization technique called the mind movie in here. I talk about all sorts of different stuff. I have mindfulness in here, beliefs, self-esteem. I have a breathing technique in here. I talk about fear and how you can overcome it. I talk about disassociating painful memories, and I have techniques for overcoming them. I talk about emotional intelligence and how you can build it. I talk about how you can improve relationships. Let me see what else I got. How you can meet your unmet needs in healthy ways. I talk about being addicted, and I also talk about how to overcome, how you quit smoking, that kind of thing. I talk about master yourself. What else have I got in here? Loads of stuff. Then I go into energy awareness, different aspects of energy awareness, how to call back your scattered energy. You're feeling drained after being with people, how to protect your energy, how to ground and cleanse your energy, all that kind of thing. I talk about the human energy field. I talk about psychic attack and human psychic attack. I talk about working with angels, accessing your higher power, all sorts of stuff. And I have bits on reincarnation and stuff like that. And I also talk about where the patterns come from. Where do the possible patterns come from that make us miserable in the first place? So I talk about that as well. So I think it's an interesting book. It's the best I can do. I'm delighted to be able to share what has worked for me. I'm not saying it's going to work for everybody. And not everybody's ready to heal or move on or whatever. But look, it'll help you wherever you are, wherever you're stuck, whatever you're going through at the moment. We've all gone through it. Okay, I'm as human as anybody else. I've gone through it and still go through it. But how do I cope? How do I still go out the door with a smile on my face, you know? And this is what I do. And it helps. And it's not about being a Pollyanna or anything like that, but it's literally, it does help. You smile, you lift your mood, and you can cope. And it helps your subconscious mind to actually find solutions for you. So I go into hypnosis and everything in this. So I have a lot in this book. I hope it'll be of great help to a lot of people. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me. Contact me on Facebook in a private message, or you can email me at paulaosullivan1@gmail.com, or you can check out my new website. I've launched that this week as well. It's been a busy week for me. It's paulaosullivan.com. And I have my different therapies that I offer on that, and I have about the books, and I have my art and my photography is on there as well. So it's a bit of everything. I'm just being me from now on. So here I am. Hope you all have a lovely Christmas, and stay in touch. Please feel free to contact me. I'd be delighted to hear from anybody. Thank you. Bye now.